had to give up after half a dozen shouts. He struggled to take off his t-shirt. He simply bandaged the wound on his hand. Then he looked around to find his way out. But to his left was a rocky reef. To his right were towering cliffs. The only other beach was on a small island in the distance. Swimming across it might offer a chance of survival. So Roy takes a deep breath. With his bag on his back, he crawls into the water with his left hand. At first he swam well out of the reef, without fear of breaking his bones. But soon Roy pays the price for his recklessness. Swimming one-handed overwhelmed his already tired body. He lost his breath just as he swam into the deep water. In the blink of an eye, he sank into the water. Underwater, Roy opened his mouth helplessly to call for help, but a series of bubbles emerge. He throws his hands up in the air to call for help, but then he realizes only he can save himself. So like a madman, Roy, paddling with his left hand as hard as he could, he finally made it to the surface before he choked to death, and got some life-saving air. However, what awaited him was a tidal wave of dizziness. In a trance, Roy thought of giving up. Still his body sank into the water, like an insignificant piece of gravel, falling silently to the bottom of the sea, not realizing that the merciless sea seemed unwilling to let Roy go. It wasn't long before the rising tide washed him back to shore. Roy had just opened his eyes. He found himself swept along by the waves, towards the rocks on the shore. At that moment, instinctive desire to survive again prevailed. He threw out his pack, letting one strap hang from the reef. He then wrapped the other around his arm. He was lucky to escape with his body securely fastened.